So above the HP and in front of the VP, it is called as a first quadrant. This is the above the HP and in front of the VP. So this part is the quadrant number one, real system, above the HP and in front of the VP. Above the HP, so this is the above the HP and behind the VP. Above the HP and behind the VP. This part is called as a second quadrant. Third quadrant is below the HP and behind the VP. Below the HP and behind the VP. So this part is called as a third quadrant, and the remaining, that is the below the HP and in front of the VP, that is the fourth quadrant. Okay. So this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this one is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. Okay. So above the HP, in front of the VP, first quadrant. Above the HP, behind the VP is a second quadrant. Below the HP, behind the VP is a third quadrant. Below the HP and in front of the VP is a fourth quadrant. And the intersection of vertical plane and horizontal plane. So this is the line where vertical plane and horizontal plane intersects. So this line is a XY line. This line is a XY line, and this is the position of your observer. So observer position is always in the first quadrant, that is above the HP and in front of the VP, and this intersection line called as the XY line. XY. If we look from the side view, that is from this view, then we can see this vertical plane as a vertical straight line, and this HP horizontal plane as a one horizontal line. So we can say this is the HP horizontal plane, and this is the VP vertical plane, and intersection of the HP and VP as a XY line. So this point will be like a from the this first quadrant line, XY line. Inside view, this point as a XY. Okay. So this is the first quadrant. This one is the second quadrant. This one is the third quadrant. This is the above the HP, in front of the VP, first quadrant. Above the HP, behind the VP, second quadrant. Below the HP and behind the VP, third quadrant, and below the HP and in front of the VP, fourth quadrant. Okay. Now we'll see how to draw the projections, that is orthographic projections, front view and top view of a point if point is in the first quadrant with the three stages. Okay. So this is the case projection of a point in first quadrant, and the case is that point A is above the HP and in front of the VP. So once again, this one is the horizontal vertical plane. This is the horizontal plane. So point is above the HP. Point is above the HP and in front of the VP. So above the HP and in front of the VP. Okay. So intersection of the vertical plane and horizontal plane is the XY line. So we'll draw the projection, that is the front view and top view, with respect to this XY line, reference line. Okay. Point A is above the HP by some distance and below sorry, in front of the VP by some distance. Okay. Above the HP by some distance and in front of the VP by some distance. So for front view, you are looking from this direction. So you will get the front view of the point A as A dash on the vertical plane. Front view of the point, if you are looking in this direction, so this is the direction of the observer for the front view, and you get the projection of point A on the vertical plane. That is the observer. This point is the object, and this is the projection. So A dash has a front view of the point, and for the top view, you are looking from the top towards this point, this direction. So you will get the projection on the HP horizontal plane. So this is the projection of a point on HP, and that point is the A. So front view is given by the notation A dash, B dash, like that. Dash is given, and top view is small a or small b, like that. So front view and top view, that is the projection of a point on vertical plane. Front view, projection of a point on the horizontal plane, that is the top view. Now, how to draw the projection, that is front view and top view, with respect to the xy line. So this is the xy line, and you can see here clearly the point projection is above the xy line. Front view projection of a point is above the xy line, and top view projection of a point is somewhat away from the vertical plane. And after the rotation of the horizontal plane in clockwise direction, this is the direction of a rotation for this horizontal plane. So we get the projection, that is the top view of a point after rotation below the xy line in this direction. So here you get the top view. So this is the distance between the xy line and the point A dash. So this distance is distance equal to point above the horizontal plane. So this distance is equal to the point above the horizontal plane. And this distance, that is the distance between the xy line and the top view, is the distance by which point is in front of the vertical plane. So by this distance, point is in front of the vertical plane, and after rotation we get the top view of the point is below the xy line if the point is in the first quadrant. That's why we are drawing it like the draw the xy line, draw the projector line. So this is the x and y line. This is the projector line. Now we'll put the front view of the point at a given distance. The point is above the HP, that is the A dash, and top view of the point is below the xy line by the distance point is in front of the vertical. So A dash E is the projection of a point if the point is in first quadrant. Okay, second case, point is in the first quadrant and point is above the HP and in VP. Point is above the HP and in VP. This point is above the HP by some distance and it is positioned on the vertical plane. Okay. So for the front view, we get the projection above the xy line for the front view as A dash, and for the top view, we get the projection on directly on xy line. So this is the A for front view, we get as A dash on the above the xy line, and top view, that is projection of a top view A on the xy line, like this. A dash is above the xy line by the distance point is above the horizontal plane, and point A, that is the top view of a point, is on the xy line. You can see. And the third case is point is in front of the VP and in HP or on HP. So if the point is on HP, means the front view projection of a point is on the xy line. The point is in HP means front view projection of a point is on the XY line, and top view projection of the point, that is A, is below the XY.